because when you said you wanted to do this over Discord at first, I was gonna pick a game to stream, and I was going to call it like, hey, like playing this game, doing podcast or talking podcast kind of thing. And I like had planned out the game and everything, and then you were like, I'll be over.
Oh, you should have told me that, because I was thinking on Discord, but at the same time I was thinking I'm home and I really don't want my parents to hear me swearing storm.
Yeah,
but, if I end up or saying offensive stuff.
But would you have done something while we were doing this podcast?
I might have drew.
You might have drawn.
Yeah. I was gonna say, maybe, you know what, if this goes anywhere, we'll make a screensaver or something, or do something like games.
Yeah. Or even then, most podcasts don't really have anything, because...
Well, yeah, I've seen some that it's just a screensaver, and, you know, sometimes you just listen to it, like, when you're doing nothing, or, like... I was listening to the reason I had this idea was I was listening to a Jax Blades podcast about him and his friend just talk about stuff, and then they were talking about podcasts, and that person that knows a lot, they were saying, like, you know what, you don't need a lot of money. Like, if you want to go the cheapest route, just use your smartphone. Smartphones have really good audio, and they said they've used their smartphones at conventions when they get like a last minute interview.
Oh, yeah.
And that was just kind of like, you know what? I want to do a podcast. It sounds fun. I'm bored during this quarantine. And speaking of that, that's what we're going to be talking about.
Quarantine time. But I keep every time I hear Jax Blade, I mix him up with this other guy who's called Green Scorpion. And I don't like...
I'm gonna have to, like, how do you mix them up?
I just feel like it's the same person doing two different things. Yeah, they're both.
You're gonna have to show me a picture.
I have only seen a drawing of a Green Scorpion, but his drawing looks like Jax Blade, but he just does like top 10 countdowns kind of thing. 10
countdowns?
Yeah, he's like top 10 video game characters.
I think if I heard the voice, I'd be like, yeah, that's Jax Blade.
I haven't heard his voice.
I'm confused then.
I'm just saying, I've seen Jax Blade, I've heard Jax Blade, I've seen Green Scorpion's drawing. I feel like, because YouTubers will have multiple accounts, but that's
so wait, he has a drawing that looks like him, like an avatar kind of drawing?
Yeah, exactly. And it's weird because it has nothing to do with the color green, and it has nothing to do with scorpions. It's just him, just like normal outfit. And which isn't bad, but you would think if you jumped into, like, it's the big difference between Jax Blade and like this guy Green Scorpion is like, if you create your persona and you're like, I'm going to be called Jax Blade. My name is Jax. My last name is Blade. I don't even know if that's true.
But no, I don't think it is.
But
I think it's because he likes Jax from, I think his name is Jackson Jordan Down.
Yeah.
And his favorite character is Jax from Mortal Kombat. He likes Blade from Blade.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, combine the two.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but it's a persona. And the persona of Jax Blade is him, right? It's this guy who's really into exercising and wants other people to get into exercising.
Yeah.
And he does this job, blah, blah, blah. You'd think, okay, I'm going to go the opposite route, and I'm going to create a character whose name is Green Scorpion, because my favorite color is green, and my favorite animal is a scorpion. You would think that...
Scorpions animals?
I believe they are. But, okay, arachnid. It's an arachnid, right?
Possibly.
It's an endoskeleton insect / animal. Animals are insects. Insects are animals.
I guess so.
Okay. Yeah.
Never looked too far into that.
But you would think you would make that your persona, the Green Scorpion be your persona, but it seems to just be him. Which is weird because this other guy I listened to called Alpharad, he like his character, Alpharad, is not him. His real name's Alex. People don't understand it's a character because he plays like Smash Online a lot, and he like calls people out for being dumb and like making bad moves and all that.
Kind of reminds me of TFS when they do their voices pretending to be like Goku or Vegeta.
But like it's weird because people apparently like come up to him and they're like, "Oh, call me a stupid bitch" and all that, and he's like, I I can't. Like, it's not who I am as a person. But he actually is the one who is making me want to stream more during this quarantine thing, because he says, like, it's the perfect time to start streaming, make YouTube videos, do podcasts, fucking find a hobby and all that. And streaming's kind of my hobby, just because it's such an easy thing.
I still haven't seen one of your streams, sadly. I want to. I
did a Devil May Cry 2 full playthrough like a week ago.
Oh.
And a couple people stopped by. Ernst stopped by for a bit. I didn't know it was Ernst because his name isn't consistent with.
Speaking of names, I'm Juan.
And I'm Quinton.
Maybe one day we'll come up with other names, personas.
I was going to say, I already have mine, but...
oh, well, what is it?
Raidenilith.
Oh, yes.
Raidenilith.
I need a persona.
Yeah, you do.
Probably, maybe use my nickname, but I think that's just too...
Find me on Instagram, find me on Snapchat, find me on Twitch. Twitch one's real, other ones aren't. I do have a Twitter and an Instagram. I don't use them. I was thinking about getting into Twitter during this quarantine.
That's what I'm trying to do for the untasted art, and we just have one follower, whoever they are, God bless them, because they're the only follower we have on Twitter and constantly posting like the artwork to Twitter and all that.
See, yeah,
because we have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Instagram is where we get most of our likes. I think where we have the most followers.
Is this a part of the Untasted Art podcast trilogy right now?
No, unless you'd have to become part of Untasted Art for that.
I'd be honored. I'd be part of the Untasted Art.
I feel like we could think of something different name, because then we might get like, oh, where's the Ghost Toast and that, and the problem with the...
If it got to that point, I'm pretty sure we could convince Gunner and them to come on. But
the problem with that is, I mean, with the whole thing, I was trying to be proactive. That's why I created the Instagram account and created the Twitter account and told them, hey, I did this. Here's the password and that, so you guys can go on and put stuff too.
Yeah.
But it's like they're kind of flake, not as flaky, because I'm trying to be proactive and trying to network and meet people, you know, get the name out there.
Yeah.
But, you know, Gunnar, Catherine, and Travis their hearts aren't as in it as mine was to, like, make an effort to try to reach a wider audience of people.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing with Twitter is, like, if I'm not streaming constantly, it's like, well, I'm not going to be...
We don't have to stream constantly. With this, I mean, if this continues, we can... I mean, I think maybe weekly is a bit too much to ask, because, you know, we all have our busy schedules and all that, so maybe we could try twice a month.
Yeah.
Try to do a podcast, and if we get real into it, we can go further and further.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm hoping to take this, and I guess I saw, like, make a video file, and they said using, like, Audacity and OBS. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we need some type of screensaver.
Yeah.
Just send me a pun picture. We'll put that screensaver.
For this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, plenty. Oh, I was gonna ask you, but that's probably for later, even. But Twitter is rough for me, because what is Twitter for?
Twitter is just shower thoughts to me.
Exactly. That's exactly what I think of Twitter. It's like, follow your celebrity, and your celebrity can say whatever they want, and like whatever project they're doing or anything.
Like on it, I followed Johnny Young Bosch and tagged him in the picture that we took with him. I took with. It's like had a great time at FanX, met Johnny Young Bosch, and he liked it and said like he enjoyed FanX.
Yeah. Well, but see, I would use Twitter. No, I'm pretty sure I would use Twitter the same way. It'd be like, I like this guy, I like this guy, I like this guy.
Yeah, I think it's just mainly shower thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I had a shower thought, this was my shower thought that I just had today. You know the saying of, you get up one more time than you've been knocked down?
Yeah.
I feel like that saying doesn't make any sense.
Because what happens when you get knocked down and don't get up?
No, because, okay, so you're standing up, you get knocked down, and that's one, you get back up, now that's when you get knocked down again. So
you're just you're playing catch up.
Yeah, you can never get up one more time than you've been knocked down.
No one can see this, but he lifted one hand and one finger, lifted the other hand and the other finger, then put up a second finger on the other hand, and then put his second finger up on the other hand, which is something. Hi, Taylor. I think no, probably
yeah,
not.
you gotta see where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into it. What have you been doing during this quarantine?
I have been laying back, hanging with family. Because it was my dad's birthday 3 days ago.
Oh, how old is he?
He's 52 now.
52, dang.
52, big 52.
Oh, we're gonna have a barbecue soon. We're gonna have to find out the day and invite you and your dad.
If it like he said, he told Willem like weekend, anytime on a weekend's good for him. That's why we're doing this right now.
You mean this is the podcast? You're talking about what's going on in your backyard?
I'm talking about what's going on in my backyard. We're gonna have a little bonfire and all that because it's like it's more for his birthday thing. Because what are you gonna do on your birthday during a pandemic? And literally, he came home. We drank alcohol. We did the live Facebook stream. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
Yeah, we did a live Facebook stream, which is funny because it was a bunch of his friends, and like near the end we were doing
military friends or
military friends and friends. Near the end, because I didn't realize that if you tag yourself in it, that kind of goes out to everybody around you, right? Like in your friends list. A guy I know that you probably don't know from high school, like came in and watched, and I was like, I haven't talked to that guy in like 7 years. And I'm not gonna start now. But I've been streaming. I was actually planning on streaming during this.
Is there any old friend that you've recently contacted that you haven't talked with for a while?
No, not at all. There's a couple that I would love to.
What's stopping you?
What's stopping me? Myself. Probably not having money, because I feel like
not having money. Like, oh, dude, we should go out. It's sometimes like, I don't have a job, so you're gonna have to pay for me. I'm gonna be the burden of the group. Because
like, I wanted to reconnect with Austin. When we actually had the band Alex over, and you and Gunnar. I actually wanted to invite Austin as well because I imagine he would have jumped on it, but he's not that kind of person.
I mean, you've hung out with Austin though, at least within this year though.
I'm not too sure about that.
I swear you'd be like, oh, I was with Austin, or maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Probably thinking of someone else, but with Austin, I know he's gonna want that good stuff. And beer, and it's like I don't have the money for it, so he's not gonna want to come hang out. But
just tell him to bring his own. Like, you can do it, man. I won't judge you. I'll just watch and enjoy. Hi, you.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That just reminds me of an old memory. Just because I said that. One of the English teachers at Minico, me and Travis were in the same class, and we were talking about Future Diary, and we got in trouble that she was like, what are you talking about, Juan? And you know the main chick's name. I'm like, we were talking about like, no, I don't know, Juan. And I just kind of like slouched myself like, it's an anime name.
Like, you know.
It's like, I know, I was saying as in the name, not like...
What's your last name? Geisa?
Gasai or something?
Yeah, it's something like that. That would have been horror. If I was in that room, I would have died inside a little bit too. But, stimulus package.
You got it?
I did not, as far as I know. The first day that it was getting sent out to people, I saw on Facebook that some people were getting it.
Well, I don't think I'm going to get it because I'm dependent on my... parents. Don't know if you're dependent on your dads or moms.
I don't think so.
You should get it.
Yeah, but
But then again, I don't know. Is your bank account in the negatives at the moment?
No. I got 60 cents.
Really? Is that the exact amount?
62 cents is the exact amount, mister.
Oh,
I wanted to keep it vague, but we'll just put it out there.
Well, I thought you were just exaggerating. Like, nah, man, I actually have like maybe $40 in my bank. Well, you telling me 62 cents?
62 cents. But I went and checked the bank, didn't have it. So I was like, fuck. Other people got it. My dad got a little
bit. Well, they're doing it throughout.
Well, yeah, because
my mom thinks they're going by like last name,
I was
alphabetical
thinking
order.
that too because
Which, if they're starting from the A's, you're gonna be one of the last ones.
I was gonna say, yeah, there was a girl on Facebook that we both know. I'm not gonna mention her name without your approval, at least. Her last name starts with an R, and she didn't get it, so I was like, oh, it might be alphabetical because I start with an O.
Oh wait, yeah, I was thinking your first name. I was thinking of your first name.
First name, last name. I'm fucked either way.
Nah, if you're in the O's, you're like in my boat. We're in the middle of the alphabet.
Yeah.
So no matter if they started at the Z's or the A's, we're always in the middle.
Yeah. But it's like systematically and mathematically impossible for them to have sent that money out to everyone at once, you know? But imagine the chaos that the world would have been in if they successfully did. Walmart, hundreds of people. Gun stores, hundreds of people. Liquor stores, hundreds of people. Like, the big three. The big three of the pandemic. Gun stores, alcohol, and general bullshit. Right?
I guess so, yeah. You
but
missed that.
I did miss that. I'll get it. But, we'll start on the first topic then.
So I thought we are in the first topic. That's what we're doing during quarantine.
You didn't get your stimulus check. I didn't get our stimulus check. I know people who did get their stimulus checks are being very unresponsible because you're supposed to buy local with it. But what around here are you supposed to buy locally?
Just tell me if I get it, I can't go on Amazon or just stay on Gear and get myself some new stuff?
Not supposed to.
Not supposed to?
Not supposed to. Supposed to buy locally. That's why it's
locally.
Called, yeah, that's why it's called the stimulus check. Because it stimulates the economy. And you're supposed to buy locally.
Sounds so sexual.
Hey baby girl, let me stimulus you up. Get the stimulation.
Did you mention your game thing just in case anyone wants to check it out?
So twitch.tv/raidenilith. I stream pretty inconsistently, but I am currently playing through the whole Devil May Cry series. There's a VOD of Devil May Cry 2 that you can watch. It's kind of a shit one because Devil May Cry 2 is...
It's a mod?
A VOD. VOD. Video on demand.
Oh.
So you can, like, watch the stream after I've already done it.
Oh.
But it's a pretty shit one because, A, the Devil May Cry 2 game is absolute garbage. And it only took me 10 hours to beat, but the entire time I was like slowly losing my sanity, and also I had three Anthonys.
That's how I felt playing Kingdom Hearts yesterday.
Kingdom Hearts. The first one, second one, or third
Second one.
Second one.
I woke up in the morning, and it's been a long time since I've spent like all day playing a video game.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what? It's true. You don't even think about hunger when you're playing. Because before I knew it, it was like, holy crud, I've only had 2 meals today.
Oh, yeah. And for you, that's big. That's like, oh shit, my calorie intake.
Well, I was trying to cut it, but doing Insanity, I have to up my calories because I'm not eating enough calories for nutrients for my body, for what's going on.
Yeah.
So I got to up my calorie intake.
By the way, looking good on the Insanity.
Yeah, I gotta up it though. I have to up my calories though because I'm not eating enough food.
Yeah.
For my muscles and stuff.
Yeah. But and then I had 3 Anthonys in my Discord talking while they were playing Last Oasis. So at some point near the end of the game, I kind of stopped talking, but there's still a bunch of bullshit going on.
If you're gonna do that, you probably just be it yourself or say, hey.
So when
these guys are also in, or they're also watching.
Yeah, that's kind of why I stopped, because it was at that point that I realized, hey, if I'm gonna stream a game, they either A, have to be playing with me similarly, or watching,
and commenting,
or just not.
It's a podcast about a review, basically. It seems like that.
Yeah.
Like, here, listen to my podcast. Listen to these guys comment on my podcast.
Yeah. But I will be playing Devil May Cry 3, which will be fun pretty soon. I was thinking,
is 3 the one that I heard doesn't really fit into the timeline?
No.
Because I heard they change in one of the games. Is it 2 that they change the name of Dante's business? They changed the business name to Devil Never Cry.
Oh my gosh, testing my knowledge. I think
it's got like a chick with red hair, and like they said she never shows up again.
Yep,
after this.
That's 2.
That's 2.
Yeah, that's Lucia, whose real name is. It's not even like in the human language what her real name is. It's so fucking stupid. I hate that one. And it's Dante has a 2-sided coin in that, but both sides are the same side, and he plays with it like he's Two-Face. Like, before he makes a decision, he flips it, and then like he already knows what it is, but he looks at it and he goes, "Today's your lucky day." It's so fucking stupid, but it's vital to the plot.
True, but the same way that could be said about the character Two-Face before the part got
where he
cut.
Actually used the coin.
When he used the coin,
in his daily life.
In his daily life, and it's like both sides are heads.
Yeah.
So if you picked tails, you chose that because you wanted to lose.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to say it was inspired by that.
I don't think that.
It was like 2003, 2002.
I feel like Two-Face has been around a lot longer.
Yeah. So I feel like they were like, let's give Dante a coin where both sides are the same. By the way, it's his own coin. It's not like a quarter. It's a Devil May Never Cries coin. It just has the girl on it on both sides. But no, that was a shit game. Devil May Cry 3 is going to be super fun.
What time are you planning to do it?
I was thinking of streaming weekly on Fridays, maybe Saturdays, maybe on an off day like Wednesday or Monday or Tuesday. It's honestly like, when do I want to commit to it kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, is committing to it and finding people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'd probably think that you're the best choice for something like this, because I feel like it'd be easier for us to commit to this than Gunner, who's always hearsay, like
wishy-washy, yeah.
Wishy-washy about it.
Pancake.
When you watch this, Gunner, we're talking about you, calling you out. If you watch it.
Yeah. Get a fucking schedule. Like the rest of us.
So me,
Yeah.
So I played Kingdom Hearts 2 and finally beat it.
I was gonna say, did you start over or continue from where you left off?
I continued from where I left off. I figured out where I was.
Because that was like, so you played that like
back in the apartment in Pocatello.
Back in the apartment in Pocatello, and that was like after a year of us staying there.
Yeah.
And that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, you know what? I buy games and I never complete them, Quinton.
You still need to beat Final Fantasy 15.
And I still gotta beat Bloodborne, and I gotta beat Alien Isolation. I regret putting it on the hardest difficulty in Alien Isolation, because when there's 3 fucking xenomorphs in the same room,
yeah,
it's hard to tell when it's safe to move and not.
Yeah.
I got to the final chapter and I can't get past those xenomorphs and the fucking androids alerting them.
So do you think that's the game's fault or your fault?
It's my fault.
Okay. I would say it's the game's fault.
You can't blame the game, because it's get good.
It is, okay, get good.
Why can't I beat Bloodborne? Because I ain't good. I'm stuck on the second boss. Third. Wait. There's the father. No, there's the one on the bridge.
Yep.
The third boss.
Yep.
Can't beat that thing. It makes no freaking sense. I have to jump into its paw, and I somehow phase through it. Like, you remember that fight, right?
Yeah.
Like, because it swipes at you, and the whole time I was trying to jump back or jump, like, away from the paw. But it's like, no, I have to jump towards it, and I somehow phase through the dang thing.
Yeah, because rolling gives you invincibility frames.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not in real life,
I was going to say, not in real life. Sometimes it won't work.
It's like, tell me if I roll at you, I just get a face through you.
I mean, if you get a good ass roll, probably, because I'm a twig, I'll just fall over.
Yeah, so I was where I was, so I went, the stage I found out I was on the Aladdin stage.
There's an Aladdin stage in Kingdom Hearts 2?
There, in Kingdom Hearts 2, there is Beauty and the Beast,
Halloween Town.
Mulan, Halloween Town, Simba.
Oh, yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
Tron.
Yeah. Is that Tron with Jeff Bridges?
No, it's the original Tron. Maybe the new one will have that one.
You've got the new one, right? Kingdom Hearts 3?
No.
Are you gonna get it?
I still have to get Kingdom Hearts, the story so far. Right now I'm playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep because the other two ones aren't actually video games. They're like a movie. Like, you watch all the cutscenes and get the story.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was kind of blazing through the game because I had such a high... I was like 2 levels above where it wanted me to be.
Yeah.
For like certain stages, so I was just blazing through. But then I got to a boss... And he's my favorite character, by the way, and he just wrecked my shit like 40 times.
Power spike?
Well, no, it wasn't a power spike. We were both like... Well, I guess... yeah.
Difficulty spike.
When you get to the thing, it's like level 50 when you get here, and I was at level 50, so I was like more or less equal to the people I was fighting in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was... don't know if you know him, Roxas. I was fighting Roxas, my favorite character.
Gotcha.
Screw everyone that did that stuff to him in the game.
He didn't deserve it.
He did not deserve it.
It's always sad.
Because it's like your store is nobody. You can't exist.
Any are you looking forward to playing more of the Kingdom Hearts story?
Well, I'm playing Birth by Sleep right now.
Is it good?
I'm barely in the beginning and I'm putting on the hardest difficulty so I can get the secret ending. And the first boss kind of wrecked my shit, but that's probably because I'm going at it not right. I'm trying to be really aggressive with the bosses and just go at it. It's like, no, I gotta run around the map while he's doing his attacks.
Yeah, this is training you for Bloodborne. Kingdom Hearts is baby training for Bloodborne.
Shut up.
So besides Kingdom Hearts, well, actually, let's just...
Well, I started playing The Last of Us too.
Okay, yeah, I was going to bring up if there were any other games that you were looking forward to and all that, but Last of Us is perfect. Last of Us 1.
Well, yeah, I'm playing that one, but, took a break from it and put in Kingdom Hearts.
Have you ever beaten Last of Us 1?
No, this is my first time playing it.
What did you think of the introduction?
We're talking about, when it... Before the time skip?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
You thought it was good story?
I was kind of laughing because I saw when you're playing as the daughter and she goes up and looks at the paper and it's like virus spreading quickly and I'm just like, haha, that's so ironic. I'm playing this game.
You know what the more ironic part of that is?
What?
Last of Us 2 has been delayed, for now, until further notice.
Really? I thought they were all done. Why can't it come out like Doom did?
Exactly. They've delayed it until further notice because of the pandemic.
Oh, is it kind of that whole thing of that anime that had a hurricane and then Japan got hit with a hurricane, so then they withheld that anime?
It kind of feels like that.
Is it something like that?
It has to be. They haven't said. But what Naughty Dog has said is it's not them that's doing it. It's Sony. Sony is telling them to hold off on the game, so they're working on it, but that has people up in arms. And it's weird because you think you would want to release a game about a pandemic during a pandemic. That's free advertising. Excuse me. But
where's Arielle, huh?
Where's Arielle?
Where's Arielle?
Well, obviously she's not with the Fireflies. Sorry.
That's a joke I don't get.
Exactly. It's why I had to remind myself that you aren't that far yet.
I don't know who the Fireflies are.
Yeah.
I've only got to the part when you find out that she's infected.
She's infected. Oh.
But she has no. Yeah, it's like, where's Arielle? Where's the vaccine for this coronavirus?
That fucking reminds me of the Community episode. They had a zombie episode, but it's like not an actual zombie virus. But there's a doctor in the group, and he's listing off all the symptoms while he's going through the symptoms.
Is Community on Netflix or Hulu?
Community is on Netflix.
I have to check it out.
I recommend it. Did you see my Facebook post?
I saw your Facebook post saying Community's better than The Office.
Galatians 4:16.
Yeah.
Which is now I've become your enemy because I spoke the truth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which is funny to me. But yeah, he's explaining all these symptoms as he's going through them, and then he turns. And they're like, why did you not tell us you were bit? Because they bar themselves in the library study. And he goes, I thought I was special. And then one of the other characters is like, you're obviously not special because I was bit 10 minutes ago. And she turns into a zombie immediately. And then the main character, Jeff, is like, no one is special. Tell us you're infected. It's just hilarious because...
What's the thing that always pisses me off about zombie shows and movies is like when the person doesn't tell them, I got freaking bit. It's like, oh yeah, that's gonna do a lot of help. That's just so you're alive for maybe a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I definitely recommend Community. I'm fucking...
That's why hats off to the actual characters. You know, they're bit. Maybe, you know, they have the person kill themselves or they do it themselves. Because I was like, I don't want to turn into a freaking zombie.
Yeah.
But then there's someone like, I'm not gonna tell you I got bit.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be sitting here and then I'm gonna attack you and then you're gonna know I got bit.
Community is really good. It's kind of not aged the best.
Aged? How old is it?
It was. It starts in like 2010.
It was May 2010?
Yeah, it's kind of in that. Yeah.
And it's how long did it air for?
110 episodes.
Well, no, like year.
I have no idea. Actually, probably where I'm at, it's like a year has passed. So 2011. So
it maybe ran for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
That's sad.
But
you're saying it's better than The Office, and Office is it still going?
Office is not still going.
No, but it's been like, when did it end? Like what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. But Office, I love The Office for like the nuanced kind of jokes where I don't know, the whole thing about the show is that for some reason there's a documentary crew at this paper company documenting, that's gonna be going a little bit. They're documenting this paper company for no reason whatsoever. Community is fantastic because it has almost the same framework. It's not a documentary crew. One of the characters knows it's a TV show in a way because it's like a week by week basis, and he's like, no, we did that last week. And he's like, this is the episode where you get your character development. Like, he acknowledges it's a show, but he's an autistic character. And that's just how he views the world, is he views it through TV and movies.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's very
interesting thing to do to a character.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's like, hey, this character knows they're in a TV show, but do they?
Yeah, exactly. There's an episode where the characters are trying to get this character to do something for them, and the way they make him do it is like, you're like RoboCop. And he's like, I'm like RoboCop? And then we go into his eyes through first person, and it's like the HUD pops up like he's RoboCop, and he's like viewing the world as RoboCop.
Do you have a big budget for...
It seems like they had a pretty good budget, because there are a lot of big names in there. Not Brie Larson. I don't even remember her. I don't even know her name, but now I'm not going to know it.
But you went straight to Brie Larson. Is Brie Larson in the...
I know Chevy Chase, I want to say his name is. He's a big movie star. He's like from the Lampoon movies and all that. We got off topic really quick.
I know, we went on a tangent. Okay, let's go to the next one. We didn't really have we had things planned, but you know, it's not bad if we go off on a tangent, because then we create more stuff when we probably originally had not much to talk about.
I mean, we're listing off things that you could do and watch during a pandemic. It's
well, yeah, that's kind of what we're doing.
Play Kingdom Hearts, play Last
video
of Us,
games,
watch Community.
Weird, because if Last of Us did come out, it'd be like, yeah, people would be able to play the game because I can't go anywhere.
Exactly. That's why I feel like Animal Crossing and Doom blew up as much as they did, because Animal Crossing especially, because it's that whole. It's weird. Did you know that they diverted from like the normal time system?
I haven't played Animal Crossing, period. I don't even know what the game entails. From what it seems like that. Like, remember in the early 2000s?
Okay. I just want to make this into a little game. You say what you're gonna say, but then you're gonna tell me what you think Animal Crossing is about. Okay?
Alright, to me, I feel like it's like that. Remember like early 2000s, that Facebook farm game?
Farmville?
Yeah, it just seems like something kind of like that. You're just kind of running a town and helping people.
Okay. Is that what you think Animal Crossing is?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, I don't even know where... Because you're kind of right, but wrong at the same time. Because for the most part, in Animal Crossing, you can't grow crops. As far as I know. Like, there's a system where...
Well, I mean, it's kind of the thing that you're just like watching over things, and things can go bad if you don't keep up maintenance on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of changed from game to game. There was a game where you ran the town, and it was like, "Oh, Mayor, what do you want to build today?" And then you build a park bench for people to sit on. And
what was that roller coaster game?
Roller coaster
PlayStation
Tycoon.
Was it Thrillville or something?
Thrillville, yeah.
You ran out of an amusement
where
park?
You were a little kid who got like the keys to an amusement park and got
really? It was a kid in the story?
You could play a kid, a teenager, an adult, I think.
I thought it was just run this amusement park, make rides. But you got
to make your character and walk around and ride rides and stuff for free. But yeah, it's kind of in that same way. But Animal Crossing, it's like you can plant trees that get you fruit, and you can sell those for money, or you can sell other things for money, like animals and insects that you get. And really, I don't understand what the loop is, but it's like villagers come in, and you hang out with the villagers. There really is no end goal to Animal Crossing.
So how do you know when you completed it 100%?
If you've collected everything, because there's like a collection kind of system in there, and you do get a debt in most Animal Crossing games. I don't know if you get a debt in this new one.
I think I saw memes about the debt.
Yeah, because Tom Nook will break your legs if you don't pay off your debt, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole thing with the other games, was like you were moving into this town full of animals, but to get a house, you had to get a loan from Tom Nook. So you build a house and you owe 60,000 bells. You would pay that off, and then Tom Nook would upgrade your house
for more money.
So you would end up owing like 1,000,000 bells to him at some point, and it would go up with interest and all that. Hey, we're doing good. Doing a little podcast thing here. What? Huh? Oh, in my room upstairs. Okay. No, you're good. But it's very interesting because it was a real-time system where like it kept track of your time. Like 6 p.m. in real life would be 6 p.m. in the game. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, to go forward a day, you would have to wait until the next day. But they've changed it to where you go to sleep and it goes to the next day. Because I've seen...
Do you think that's better, or do you kind of miss that aspect of there's only so much you can do today in this world? Okay, put the game down. And...
There was a big thing like before this one where some people said you're not supposed to like cheat the game, because there was a way to cheat the game, because you just had to go into your console's systems and change the date. Yeah, they called it time traveling. So there were people that were against time traveling, and there were people saying that you need to time travel because if you miss like Christmas, you miss Christmas.
You're speaking of interesting game things, so I got a question since you know Metal Gear stuff.
Yeah.
How did people find out that to beat Psycho Mantis you had to plug your controller in the second port? Was there like a Was there like a gamer magazine that Hideo Kojima had like said it, or were there hints throughout the actual game?
There were hints in the actual game.
Really?
Yeah, you would codec call. Because if you codec call during a boss fight, you'd usually get hints. And then if you codec call during Psycho Mantis's enough times to like, I want to say 0, he would eventually tell you, he's reading your controls on your PS2 controller. Try plugging into the player 2 slot and all that. But it was the same thing with the Meryl codec thing. You know about that,
I don't know that one.
So you have to contact Meryl. I don't even know if it calls her Meryl at that point, but you have to call her on your codec. And with your codec, you can manually change the frequency, but you don't know what her frequency is at all. And this was back when all games were physical. You know, it came with a case and all that. So if you were struggling and you codec called other people, at some point, one of the characters would tell you to look on the back of the game case, and there's like a picture, how they have those like game sneak peeks. It would have a picture of the codec screen, and it would have Meryl's number on there. And that was how you got it.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
I gotta wonder if everyone got the same. Actually, no, they probably did. I was thinking, if video games were like book covers?
How if you
like there's like
case.
6 other cases, like same game, different case.
Yeah. Well, that's the hard thing, because it was like if you borrowed the game.
Oh yeah.
Or if like you didn't have the case, like you kept it in like one of those music.
When did the game come out?
Like
2002, 3, 4?
2001. I want to say it was definitely after 9/11.
Go back to 2001. You get a phone call. It's like, it's your friend. Hey man, could you tell me what it says on the back of the Metal Gear game?
140.85 or 87. I forget. It's either
I was gonna say, is that the actual?
It's either 85 or 87. I know it.
Dang.
But I mean, I wish games would do that more. You know?
Like have interesting aspects to them?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard because, you know, there's some scripted things and then there's some like the Kingdom Hearts, the tutorial parts, the first 2 games are so freaking long.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is basically you're doing things for 7 days, and it's like a less fun Persona because there's scripted events. You have to go exactly here and here.
Yeah.
I imagine in Persona you get to go and do what you want, and it's dependent on you. Like, if you go here, you can do this for the day. If you go there...
Oh yeah, that's definitely a game that I've
and it's like a fucking hour of gameplay before, like maybe even longer before you find Sora and you can actually play the game and fight things.
Yeah, it's definitely that interesting concept of managing game time, right? Because if you control time in a game, it's like, it's nothing. It's like, oh, we need to be back here in 5 hours game time, and you can just fast forward till then. Or if a game forces you to go through 7 days of monotony, it's kind of shit.
That'd be very interesting. I mean, I think it'd be a shitty situation, especially if it came out in that time when you were either borrowing it, you owned it, or you rented it from the video store.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like this thing, it's like, you have to wait 7 days before you can continue the game, and it's like,
yeah.
I gotta return it in 5.
Could we think of a game that kind of does that in a way?
That it goes by real time?
Yeah.
I don't know, I can't think of a game that does that.
I think Animal Crossing's kind of the first of its kind.
Yeah, I think I saw something on one of the Batman games, if you,
Calendar Man?
Yeah, with something about Calendar Man.
How, if you showed up to his jail cell on certain days, he would say something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that teased one of the days, like the anniversary of the game makers for that, it teased the next Batman game.
I did not.
Yeah, if you visit him on like the anniversary.
Oh yeah, I beat that game too. Arkham Knight.
I just had to say Arkham, and
And then I've just been watching videos of much better players for me, just going through, no damage,
100%
just being a true Batman and just taking out people in the most like creative ways and sneaky ways.
Those are nice to watch. But there's some bad ones of that too. I watched a Wolfenstein one.
Well, the same thing with like walkthroughs. It's like, okay, you watch a walkthrough of the boss and like the person's doing really terrible against the boss, but sometimes maybe that's the hard thing about doing like a gaming podcast, because it's like you probably have to be good at the game. You don't want people to just see you get your ass handed.
Well, I've heard that as like you're either really good at the game but no one wants to hear you talk, or you're really bad at the game but people want to hear you talk, kind of thing.
That's the thing with like when I've done it on games when like you look on YouTube to find the answers.
Yeah.
And
hey
sometimes you don't want to hear the person talk, and you're like, I just want to find the freaking answer.
Oh my gosh, I was doing that with the Nonary games. It's that puzzle game I like. I just wanted a solution to one puzzle, because it's not like one of the good Nonary games. It's the third one. I don't even remember the name of it. It's like absolute shit, and the puzzles make no sense whatsoever. Like, it gave me this code for a book that I'm supposed to put in this thing, and like it gets me a book or whatever, and then you put in the code and it doesn't work, and I was like, what? Doesn't work. And it was like you had to take the code and you had to like use this mathematical equation to change everything about it so you get the right code. And I was like,
that sounds confusing.
It was not. It was very confusing, and it was dumb. And the video I found to get that answer was an hour long, because it was just the guy playing through the game. And like when I got to that part, because I just skipped to it, it was like he didn't even know. Oh my god, that game is so bad. But I want us to play the Nonary games 9 doors, 9 persons, 9 lives.
I want to play 9 people.
No. There's 9 people in the game, and then Nonary games Last Virtue, because those.
Wait, is Nonary that one you were showing me and Hunter? Like it was like an anime clip.
Yeah. I did beat that.
You said it was like Danganronpa.
Yeah,
Danganronpa.
I beat that one, and it was really good.
Well, I mean, that little clip you showed me had me interested in, like, I want to know more of the story.
Yeah. You would. When should we do that? We should do that like now during the quarantine time.
I mean, yeah, of course, because this is when I have I'm not working right now, Quinton.
Is Gunnar working?
I don't know. I think he is.
Is Gunnar essential? Let's establish that.
Yeah, apparently they're making like quarantine masks for people. Gunnar was saying.
Oh yeah, they're a printing shop kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Did you hear about
I wonder if that's the place you can go to do like the embroidery like I had on your beanie done.
Elon Musk ordered like 1,000 masks for a hospital, and CNN was reporting that like it never happened, and then that goes back to the whole Twitter thing. Twitter has a very big thing with beef. You know?
Every platform has a thing with beef.
I know, but like Trapped.
I watched it was the Justice League, whatever. What are they called? Injustice.
Yeah.
And I saw like it was the ending, and I wanted to see what did people like. I read the comments like I want to see what other people thought of this ending or like that, and then. It's this huge thing about people fighting over like the president and these rights and this, and then I finally see a comment like it's like I came here to see what you guys thought about the ending, not about your political views.
But
it's like geez, but yeah, that's anything. But I'm pretty sure Twitter's the worst on it.
Twitter has celebrities starting beefing with each other. Because have you heard of Trapped?
Well, you tweet one wrong thing, people like...
Yeah, definitely.
You see the thing with Terry Crews?
What did Terry Crews post?
He posted something about, it was a long time, it was like, I want to say it was a year ago, he posted something about a child missing, needing a father and a mother.
Oh,
like, they need both of those aspects in their life, and people got mad.
Because it was, like, against same-sex.
It's like, that's like, yeah. And then he was saying that it's like, he said something about, like, they'd be malnourished.
Yeah.
Without both.
Emotionally malnourished.
Yeah.
Right? But, Trapped, the official Trapped band, how, hey, go inside. Go inside.
Open the door.
No, go inside. But, I'm just gonna fight with them.
I was like, of course those two little kids come in.
Yeah, I told you people were gonna be coming in here and there, but at least they're nice enough to
True,
leave.
but I feel like there's a trampoline outside. What are those kids coming in the garage
I know.
for?
It's like, stay out of the garage. There's tools, nails, all this nonsense. But
they're gonna knock this over, start a fire.
The newest Twitter beef that I've been seeing is Trapped, the band that did Headstrong. Headstrong, I'll take you on. Yeah. They pushed a big Donald Trump agenda during this whole pandemic. This is like fresh off the presses kind of thing, and like people are just making absolute fun of them and all this nonsense. But it's like, that's what Twitter's for. If Trapped wants to post about Donald Trump and agree with Donald Trump and praise him, they can.
You know, it's kind of like the thing when like you see when someone's like, "Who the hell cares?" It's like, apparently you did to take the time out of your day to comment on this.
Yeah. Honestly, the problem would be solved if they.
There's lots of gray areas with so many things. Like,
did you know Twitter,
whether or not this is offensive or not? It's like, you know what? There's a gray area because you know how like shows make fun of like celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that as bullying?
It's definitely interesting because, like, Jersey Shore making fun of them for being that, like, those tan bros and gals?
I don't know, I think they were just like that, but I'm talking about, like, things that make fun of Jersey Shores or make fun of a certain celebrity. Would you consider that bullying? Because, you know, by kind of textbook definition, you would consider that, because if it was a single person doing that to an individual, it's like, yeah, that's bullying, and that's not all right.
Yeah.
But then there's this gray area of where it happens in entertainment, and we don't think too much on it. But like, say like, so like you posted something terrible about me, it's like, and cyberbullied me, it's like, yeah, but then say like, I become like I get famous and become somewhat of a household name in some communities or in a bigger community, and then the show makes fun of me for it, makes fun of like what I do or how I am.
Yeah.
Would that be bullying still, or is it because there's a greater following that we don't associate it as much?
It's like that thin line between slander and parody, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. It's like, even in real life, if you see someone and you're like, hey, nice hat, loser, it's like, are you bullying or are you just poking fun at someone?
I think it depends if I know the person or not.
Exactly.
Like, if I say that to you, yeah, it's poking fun, but if I say that to some random person, they're probably going to take a great offense to that.
It's like they don't need that in their life right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I've been making jokes like that. It's like I've seen like 4 Sub-Zeros at Walmart today.
We were making fun of this one guy at a Walmart who was wearing all primitive gear. You know, that clothing company that slaps Dragon Ball Z on the shirt and that's it.
Oh yeah.
He was wearing full primitive gear, like you could tell, like the jeans had primitive all down, shirt was like all nice and primitive, and he was wearing a face mask.
A primitive?
No, I wished. Dude, I was gonna buy me an Ahego face mask just because it would have been funny to wear.
Oh gosh,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, but me and Anthony were making fun of him just because it was like, what a loser. Like, you're already at Walmart and you've got all your nice clothes on, but you're gonna slap a face mask on top of it. All the while Anthony's dressed.
But the thing
up.
with the face mask is, lots of people think like, oh, if I wear this, I'm not gonna. He's like, no, the face mask is if you have it, not to spread it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like you just have to touch something and touch your face and you have it.
Yeah.
If you were in a full get-up, like CDC style, like the yellow hazmat suit.
You know, I kind of wish I owned a Power Ranger outfit, because this is what I would be wearing and just walking around Walmart just casually.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Yeah.
We should do that one of these days as
One
well.
of these days?
One of these days. So one of these days we're going to play all the two non-Mary games, not the third one, and we're going to dress up and go.
Is that something we have to do like locally here, or like can we do it over online and get Travis in on this with notary or non-honorary?
We could do it locally and over Discord.
Oh,
because all it
nice.
takes is for me to hook up the computer to the TV, and then we would probably grab the one controller and just play it like that. And I'd say it'd be like a 4 or 5 hour thing. Maybe start early in the day and end like around midnight, maybe, kind of thing.
All right, so you want to talk about businesses for our second topic? We went on a huge tangent.
We went
there.
on a massive tangent, but businesses are shilling themselves out.
So wait, what does shilling mean? First of all,
it's like they're appeasing to the masses, trying to get money, or they're
all
doing,
right then. So you mean like how the Century Cinema 5 is
exactly
giving out like selling popcorn on the curbside?
I was gonna ask you about that and ask if you've gone there and done that.
No, my mom was super excited because she loves movie popcorn.
Exactly. So the Cinema 5 here in Rupert, every day. Is it every day?
I don't know if it's every day.
Oh no, it's like the weekend or something.
The weekend.
They give out popcorn.
They don't give out, you buy it.
Okay, I didn't know if they gave it out or you sold it, but they sell popcorn by the curbside every Friday. I want to say every Saturday probably, and I see that.
I want to say maybe it is every day within a certain time limit.
Yeah, it's definitely like 8 p.m.
Yeah, have you seen the cars sometimes?
Yeah. But I see that as a good thing.
Went to Dairy. I saw the cars at Dairy Queen. It's just like all around the parking lot.
Fast food is definitely making a lot of money, which is funny because it's not locally. But you know, it's like where else are we gonna go?
Well, that's also because you can't go in and walk inside. Everyone has to go through that drive-through.
Yeah, which seems almost like
or order DoorDash, but then they're just gonna leave your order on the curbside.
Yeah, but I see that kind of as a good thing, even if they're selling the popcorn, because it's like they're selling popcorn to people who might not have popcorn. I don't know why it would be popcorn.
Just because the movies and movies.
They need to make their money before the popcorn expires too.
Oh dang! I didn't know popcorn expired.
Popcorn expires definitely, but I see that.
What other companies are shilling?
I can think of other companies, but the craziest one I want to talk about is I was riding in Anthony's truck and we were listening to the radio, and there was an advertisement for a hypnotist.
You have Anthony's truck?
No, we were in Anthony's truck. We were just driving. We were doing something.
Who was with you?
Me and Anthony.
I thought you just said you hadn't hung out with Anthony in a while.
No, I hung out with him yesterday. He's like,
oh no, I'm thinking of Austin.
I was gonna say he's messaging me right now to hang out.
Austin.
I haven't hung out with Austin in a while. I would love to. I don't know what he does because it doesn't really seem like he does a lot right now.
Is Anthony the one that helped you with the computer, or is that Austin?
Yeah, that's Anthony.
Okay, I was thinking of Anthony when I was talking about you guys hanging out recently.
Oh yeah, no, I hang out with Anthony a lot.
Austin's part of the band, right?
No.
No. Yeah, I
long hair, high school, very tall, skinny.
Oh yeah.
Blue eyes. I'll never forget those blue eyes. But we were listening to the radio and an advertisement for a hypnotist came on. And it was a hypnotist that you tuned into on your TV.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, doing a podcast, liar. It was a hypnotist that you tuned into.
Go and get wood for the fire.
Okay, good job. Getting wood for the fire. A hypnotist.
Okay.
During a pandemic that you could watch at home over the TV. And that was how they were advertising it, was you're staying safe at home, tune into this hypnotist. And like, do you believe in hypnotism?
Somewhat.
But do you think...
When they did it at our school, the kids told me I was like shaking.
I don't believe it. But just businesses and stuff using the pandemic, and like they're advertising it, like restaurants and stuff were advertising like clean and safe environments and all that. I don't know. I just feel like businesses are trying so desperately
Well, because
to stay
they have
afloat.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, to stay afloat.
Yeah.
I was seeing stuff the AMC theater might shut down, or
Is that the cheap
have to
seats?
do. No, it's not the cheap sheets.
Oh, okay.
They have a bunch of things. It's actually, I went to it was the AMC theaters where my uncle took me to go watch the Hero Academia movie.
Oh, okay. And what? Just like movie? Well, I guess movies aren't popular.
And it was an AMC theaters, so like they're like
big.
they're somewhat big, I imagine, but like yeah, they said they probably won't recover. Or they might have to file for bankruptcy with all the money they're not making a single dime because no one's going to the movies.
Dude, local businesses need to rise up. We need a local movie theater, a drive-in movie theater.
Isn't there a reason they ended drive-ins though?
Because like in-house movie theaters are better. Just because like it's a more controlled.
I was gonna say the
projection.
only drive-in I remember was that one in Twin, and I feel like it ain't there anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so. I saw that there's a drive-through theater that like still exists to this day, like in Nevada or somewhere, I want to say, somewhere nice and warm, and they're booming because it's like, fuck, drive up, sit in your car, watch a movie, you know, get the movie experience. But dude, what business do you think you would like give up on if they started to use the pandemic as an excuse to like raise prices?
I don't know, because you get, sometimes you don't completely give up. You get those snobby customers at Walmart. Well, I ain't shopping at Walmart anymore. All right, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Gladys or something.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like if we know you can't drive to Twin, it's like this is the only place you can get those groceries you want.
Imagine the Chuck E. Cheese's around the world shutting down.
It's been a long while since I've watched TV, and I feel like Chuck E. Cheese's commercials used to be like on every commercial on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, like back in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, because that was the place to be. That was the place to be.
Now we're going to Dave & Buster's, right?
Dave & Buster's. We went to Dave & Buster's up in Boise, or was that Utah?
It was in Utah.
That was fun. That was good.
Well, we had to wait for them to open, remember? It was like, we're not opened.
We need a mall. We need a good mall here.
I know, it'd be kind of hard. It's hard because lots of people
are reliant on...
I know, we don't have enough people to give the good business to the places. That's why I feel like so many things have opened up and closed.
Yeah. But that's the thing is
like JB's, we had a Kiwi Loco, that's not there anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Kiwi Loco did shut down. It's just, we're opening up the wrong things, it feels like.
Play and Trade resurrected and then died again.
Yeah. It's weird because, is that Play and Trade still there? Or is it
I think they finally took down the plaque.
Oh wow. I could have sworn it was still there.
The plaque was still there, but the business wasn't.
I just feel like the second you start getting more. I don't know. We're gonna get into a point where we see common things raise in price, just because of the
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand of it. I'm surprised toilet paper hasn't gotten to that point.
I thought it already had.
Well, if you go to Mr. Gas in Burley, they sell a single roll of toilet paper for 25 cents, but you can only buy one per person. And that's just because like they have it and they want to deal it out, and they're doing it for the community. Because I think Mr. Gas there is kind of almost locally owned, but you don't see
Mr.
that.
Gas is locally owned.
Yeah, you don't see that.
There's, I think, the furthest Mr. Gas goes, I think there's one in Boise, maybe,
Yeah. You don't see that at like Maverick or anything. Maverick doesn't care about the classes. They're just trying to sell you those slushies. Hey, Rick.
Rick's a dog.
Rick's a dog. It's the worst name for a dog, but I fucking love it.
All right. What was the third and final thing you wanted to talk about?
I kind of forgot, but we can talk about the Final Fantasy XIV funeral really quick, because that's an interesting thing. Do you think? Well, have we moved?
Well, I just saw that
I
thing.
I just remembered because it kind of relates to that. Is once the pandemic is over, do you think we've progressed as a society or regressed as a society?
I want to say we've regressed.
I kind of want to say we've progressed because we were accepting the digital age more with this pandemic.
True.
What,
I'm saying when I have to wait in line and a person has to wait 6 feet away just because there's too many people inside this store and I have to wait for someone to come out so I can go in.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it feel like that's just like us stepping closer to only selling goods digitally? Like Amazon and DoorDash?
I guess so.
It's like you'd order...
It'd be kind of hard to order an apple digitally, though.
No, but what I'm saying is like you would order groceries online and it would get sent to you, or you would go pick it up. Like, at some point...
All the cashiers are going to become drivers.
Yeah, at some point stores are going to be removed and it's going to be brick and mortar warehouses where there's a warehouse where they have all their goods and they just keep track of them. You order them and they put it in a bag and they give it to a driver and he drives it to your house.
Then the business I'm working for would probably go out of business, Quinton, because they hold the stuff so other places don't have to.
Exactly, but like that's where I see us progressing, because Walmart will fall. Literally, convenience stores would be obsolete, and it would be like you order your goods, it gets sent to you, or you pick it up, and then like restaurants and fast food will be good because it's still that go somewhere, you get food made for you, you eat the food.
All right, so you're talking about Final Fantasy. Let's get back to that before we go on another
It's an example of progression. We're getting to
I don't know. From what I've seen, it seems like the Final Fantasy, it's 14, right?
Yeah, 14.
That the Final Fantasy 14 community just all seems so peachy. Like, it seems like they're very, like, this is a good community to be in.
There are...
Like, I don't see any toxic things yet.
Yeah, there are famous...
Like, I want to see that Netflix show about the dad and son bonding over Final Fantasy 14.
Good show, but Final Fantasy 14 does have like famous people within Final Fantasy 14.
Like playing or voicing?
Players. Because
just imagine how you would feel. You're just playing and you join someone's party and you hear like Will Smith's voice, like, "Hey, this is Will." It's like, "Hey, it's Will Smith."
Hey, Will Smith here. I'm gonna be tanking, but no.
No, I think he'd be subtle about it. He'd just be talking and someone would recognize it. Was like, "You Will Smith?" Is like, "Yeah."
But I was kind of one of them. Because
you're considered famous in Final Fantasy 14?
I was considered famous on my server. That's what I'm getting at. Because I'm
just thinking of any isekai anime, and it's just like there's raidenilith.
Well, that was the thing. Is like,
he beat a dragon with only like with a level 6 sword.
my guild leader, she was dressed up in only pink, and all of her stuff was pink, and she was famous for that. People all over the server.
It sounds so fucking anime. I love it.
Everyone on the server recognized her because she's all pink, always pink, no matter what, always pink. And she was famous for that. And then I was getting there because I dress in all white. Because I would be... It's like you stay in the same spot. People see you every day. They kind of memorize your name. And it just becomes your thing. And people come up to you and they're like, hey, I love how you dress in all white. Hey, I love how you dress in all pink. I wanted you to send that article to me because I wanted to see if I knew the person.
Oh.
Yeah. And luckily I don't, but it's still a tragedy, but still.
Well, it's hard because it's getting lots of the elderly, and one of my professors tested positive.
It wasn't for coronavirus, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
For
Final Fantasy
I thought you were talking about my professor.
I was gonna say the person was 29 and it was like a
cancer.
Yeah, it was something like that.
I'm seeing a lot of those. It's kind of freaking me out.
He was like brain dead and all that, but
Well, no, there's been like 3 voice actors in the Japanese voice industry that it's like they passed away because of cancer.
Yeah,
and it's
crazy.
like, holy crud! It's like the 3rd person I saw die, and it's like because of cancer.
Yeah, we lost Axe Cop because of a motorcycle crash. We lost the voice actor for Mustang today.
Like the Japanese voice actor?
The Japanese voice actor, yeah.
Oh, you say I saw really? Because I just saw the one for the voice actor for Maze Hughes and Leorio.
Yeah. And we lost in the Team Fortress 2 community in English.
It's raining, Quinton.
It's raining, man. It's raining hard. We've been. I don't know. Have we gotten to that point? Because if we look like before 2000, games didn't have voice actors and stuff, and now that we do, like in that 2000-ish era, voice actors were getting into stuff. It's gotten to that point where we're going to see a big drop-off of voice actors just because of their age. Like, if you think of...
Well, it's good and bad. That's when you can get, like, new voice actors that you know, making a name for themselves. And
are you just saying it's good because new jobs for
I guess I fucking know.
More jobs for Vince to do. Vince?
Let's not bring that up here.
You're gonna what?
I said let's not bring that up here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
I feel like that's too big of a subject to talk about.
That's too big of a subject?
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
I have no idea. Everything just kind of died down after this stuff started, and Matt's just gonna pick back up afterwards.
More jobs for Johnny Youngbosch then.
Yeah?
Hip hip hooray.
He's getting all the freaking roles he used to voice.
Hip hip hooray. Hip hip
He's
hooray.
Sabo. He's Sabo now.
He's Sabo?
Yeah.
Holy.
Used to be the other guy.
Damn.
Used to be the other guy.
Is it because is there a likeness? I don't think
Probably
there's
because they have somewhat of that gruff voice.
No. I don't know. I don't think so. No, you're all good.
Probably because he has that gruff voice. Like I was thinking this because I said, you know what? If someone's going to voice, you know who? Mm-hmm. I think Johnny's the only one that can voice him.
Yeah.
If this person's going to be replaced.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting because.
Although it's going to be hard because all I'm going to hear is Ichigo once they get to that, once he actually starts voicing.
Yeah, I'm just
Ichigo and Nero.
Yeah, I'm just going to hear Nero.
We're just like you said when I was watching Code Geass, and you were like, I just hear Nero saying this stuff.
Yeah. I find it interesting because that stuff isn't rare. Because, do you know who the original Smeagol voice actor is? At all?
No.
I don't remember either. But,
like from Fellowship?
Yeah.
Well, I know, yeah, it was a different voice.
I was gonna say because in Shadow of Mordor, Liam O'Brien was casted to do the Smeagol voice.
Oh, wait, so... Is it a different guy in Fellowship?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then Shadow of Mordor, or Shadow of Mordor, it was Liam O'Brien. And in that case, they went for likeness and his ability to do.
Well, that's what you kind of have to do.
Exactly.
You saw that a bunch on those when every video game got a movie. It was someone that, you know, we just need someone that kind of sounds like Chris Hemsworth's Thor.
Oh yeah.
We need someone that kind of sounds like Chicken Little. You know, we ain't gonna hire this actual voice actor because, you know, they'd be a lot of money, so give us your best impression.
Like the Ghostbusters game. They got people. I don't even know if they got the actual actors to do the voices, but I kind of don't feel like they did. But it's definitely that weird thing where you can't just take movie actors and put them over to do game voice acting because they're going to want the same pay.
Well, I'd say just not be as greedy. I mean, Kevin Hart started doing voice acting and he seems really into it.
Yeah.
I think Secret Life of Pets, like, his character, the bunny, is like, you could tell he was super into it, like...
Oh, yeah.
The energy he gives off in his voice is like, wow, Kevin Hart really enjoyed voice acting.
Yeah.
And you know what? New voice actors come, and, you know, that's a good thing, because, you know, Funimation has this problem that they keep hiring the same people for every anime, and it's like, you know what? Bring some new voice actors.
And it's not even typecasting, right?
You know, it's because it's like, you know, I swear Chris Sabat voices so many tough characters in every anime. He's the freaking manager owner in Steins Gate.
Oh, yeah.
He's Vegeta, he's Piccolo, he's All Might.
Yeah.
And now his voice is getting to the point that it just sounds like the same. And
yeah,
I miss his old Vegeta voice so much.
It's definitely... Do you think voice actors at some point should retire?
Yeah.
Is it when...
Well, everyone should have a point when they retire, but I think it just depends on how much they love their work, or if they're doing it just mainly for the money and fame, or if they're doing it because they genuinely love voice acting that.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, who was the guy that played Batman in Christopher Nolan's? He's in American Psycho.
Is it Christopher Nolan?
No.
Played who in Batman?
Batman.
Is it not Christopher Nolan?
No, Christopher Nolan's the director.
I thought he directed and was Batman.
No.
I don't know who it is.
It's someone else. He doesn't sing. Oh, I'm looking this up.
I was gonna say
I'm looking this up.
The face, I don't know the name. I swear to God, it's Christopher Nolan. If it's Christopher Nolan, you're in trouble, dude. I know...
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, okay.
Don't be a Christian Bale.
Don't be Christian Bale.
Because have you heard, like, how like he went off on someone during the filming of Terminator Salvation?
No, not at all.
Well, yeah, there was a big thing of, like, he went off on someone, and I've heard you've seen, like, you ever heard the things of, like, people that they say are hard to work with?
Yeah.
And Edward Norton is apparently one of those actors that people say is hard to work with.
Okay.
And apparently Samuel L. Jackson, Brie Larson don't like some of the Avenger casts because she was saying that me and him have like a Morse code when someone we don't like is in the vicinity. It's like, dang.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, but even then it's like you kind of have to do it just because...
But I mean, do you think they should retire? Because I think it depends on how much they enjoy the role, and then, you know...
I think they should retire...
You know, like, Kevin Conroy's old, but everyone's like, he is the voice for Batman. Like, if you're doing an animated Batman, Kevin Conroy has to be Batman.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
You know, you remember Justin? Yeah, I was talking about Justin about some of the Justice League films, and then he was like, it's a sin that Kevin Conroy wasn't in that one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this guy still did a pretty good Batman.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
Okay.
Oh, are you friends with Justin on Facebook?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you should friend him. He got a Batman tattoo.
Oh, nice. Where did you get it?
But I'll show you after. I'll show you after
just
this.
Tell me where.
I think he got it on his arm.
On it. Okay. On his little bicep.
Yeah.
Does it move when he flexes? Does it like expand into a full cowl? But hot take. Voice actor for Luke, Joker.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. I forgot his name. Mark Hamill should not retire.
Why?
Because he has this full range of voices, and he does voices so easily. Like he goes in and comes out of it.
I mean, if he's been smart with his money, he's probably well set.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that thing of the guy that played Malcolm and Malcolm in the Middle.
Mm-hmm.
They said he was smart with his money, so yeah, after the show, he kind of just does what he wants.
Yeah. I feel like if a voice actor can still throw and like change their voice how it needs to be done.
So what you're saying is that Chris Sabat should retire.
Chris Sabat should retire. He should finish Dragon Ball.
But it's still going, and I can't imagine any other Vegeta. I'm conflicted there.
A whole new Vegeta, a whole new.
Plus, he's
Piccolo.
All Might now. Oh, Yamcha.
Yamcha. What's up with Yamcha?
He voices Yamcha.
He voices Yamcha too?
Yes. When Funimation started out with Dragon Ball, they were a small company, so when you look into it, lots of people voiced multiple characters.
Yeah.
It's funny, so in the Japanese, Goku, Gohan, and Goten are all voiced by the same voice actor.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, what if it was like that for this?
For
like the English, like imagine all the like one voice for like you're hearing the same voice from Goku, Gohan, and Goten.
Like they just pitch it, or like.
No, it's just, I mean maybe they pitch it, but it sounds like the same. It sounds like the same tone in the Japanese.
I was gonna say because there are definitely some weird things that people do with voice acting. Definitely, because something I never realized where is this a zombie? Is this a zombie? You
okay, yeah.
know, is this a zombie? Okay.
I haven't finished it.
Yeah.
Travis is still on my ass about that.
Well, okay.
You really love that anime.
I love it too.
He loved I think his
really
favorite
good.
character was the vampire chick obsessed with the main guy's ass.
Yeah, she's a good character. The girl with the armor and the white hair.
The necromancer?
Yeah, the main main plot character. I'm not even gonna say love.
I mean, it's a harem. I mean, you get so many people coming in.
Yeah.
And each of them have their own little quirky things, like the chick that she only makes eggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's her quirk.
Yep. It's a well written show and all that, but that character is voiced by a different voice actress every episode.
Really?
Yeah. Because she like rarely talks, and yeah, that's
dang.
what they do with their voice.
That's interesting.
Because it's kind of like Pop Team Epic. Team Pop Epic. I don't forget what it's called.
Kind of reminds me. I don't know if you've watched a bunch of episodes of Gumball, but when they change their voice actors, they make it a point in the series to show you that they're changing their voice actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. No.
And the first time they changed their voice actors, it was a puberty episode, and they're talking about like you're growing up and your voices are going to get deeper.
Yeah.
And then another time they changed it when they're talking about like getting replaced, or like they're talking about like, I think it's the one when they were making fun of that Chinese show that ripped them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were saying like, let's just be happy we'll never be replaced, and then they're just laughing, and then their laugh changes to a different voice actor. They just like stop and like.
Yeah. Oh, you know who's another voice actor that should retire?
Who?
The voice actor for Bender. Yeah, because it seems like that's the one voice he does.
But there's lots of characters like that. Look at Archer. Maybe you don't know him as Archer. He's on Family Guy. He's the nerd guy with the hat. I'm trying to think of a main thing he voices that.
I know.
You know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Oh, shit.
Is it the main character of Archer?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
No.
Bob from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, yeah. No, he should.
That's just his voice.
Yeah. He should retire.
He even makes fun of himself on Family Guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Bob from Bob's Burgers. Hey, I'm Bob from Bob's Burgers. You ever watch that show Archer? I'm gonna do an impression of him now. Hey, I'm that guy Archer.
It's weird that people kind of let that slide.
Well, true, but then there's really good ones. Like, I'd say Seth MacFarlane's up there.
Seth MacFarlane is definitely one
Peter,
of those people.
Stewie, Brian. I think he voices Quagmire.
Yeah, he does a lot of them.
And Roger.
Yeah.
And you can't really hear his original voice in any of those characters.
Yeah. Doesn't he do Klaus as well?
Maybe. No.
No? He doesn't? Oh.
No, because Klaus was supposed to be like something else. And they said when they auditioned for Klaus, the guy came in, did a German accent, and Seth MacFarlane loved it. He's like, we're making Klaus German.
We're making Klaus German. It's kind of interesting to look back at that and be like, at some point, Klaus was going to be something else.
Well, that's so many things. Like in the original draft of Naruto, Sasuke wasn't a character. But the editor said that Naruto needs a rival. Like, could you put in a rival character?
Oh, yeah.
Lots of times the editors, are a huge influence on, like, what happens.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because one of the editors said, like, Sasha was supposed to die in Attack on Titan, like, within a certain chapter. And they said the editor cried when, like, the person told them, like, how Sasha was going to die.
Yeah.
And, like, convinced the author to keep her alive. Don't know if she's currently alive. I have to catch up on Attack on Titan, but last I checked, she was alive.
I imagine that's how Gintama was done as well, because looking at the one-shot that Gintama was based off of, I imagine at some point the editor was like, hey, this has been done to death, and this character seems more interesting. Do you think you could, like, change it up a little bit? Because, did I ever show you that Gintama one-shot?
No.
Where
I know in the Naruto one-shot, he was like an actual fox demon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I was going to say, in the Gintama one-shot, Jintoki's character is a crow demon. And he like, gets trapped by this high schooler girl. And it's just kind of...
Sounds like Inuyasha.
Yeah, it's very Inuyasha. But it was kind of cool, because Jintoki is all white. And then on his, like... it was Jintoki with his whole yukata kind of thing.
You think Bakuman has instances of that?
Bakuman?
Bakuman, yeah.
Had something to do with it?
Do you think it has instances, like, do you think they show in that manga or anime editors meddling in the story?
Of Bakugan.
Of Bakuman.
Bakuman. Oh, I think it
I gotta
does.
continue that. You know what? I'm in quarantine. I'm probably gonna watch that when I get home.
I was gonna say, wasn't there a whole arc where they go to their editor?
Oh, yeah. I've only seen like the first 3 episodes.
Oh my gosh. I've watched more Bakuman than you?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I feel like it definitely is a point. I mean, do you mind if I say? Really?
I don't know anything, so probably not.
It's pretty low key. Like, has nothing. It was just like they go to their editor and they present the whole manga to him, and he just like puts it down and he says, "It's not interesting. It's not good." And they have.
That's so fucking weird, because there's so many animes, there's so many manga that aren't interesting that get a fucking anime.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then like I'm seeing like some good like mangas I enjoyed that never got an anime, and it's like, why did this get an anime? Like, what popularity level do you have to reach to be like, okay?
Speaking of animes that shouldn't exist but do, there's a Monster Musume spin-off that is getting an anime.
What's the spin-off about?
Monster Musume Doctor.
So it's about a doctor?
It's about a doctor in medieval fantasy times, and he's just like, I didn't see a single guy character except for the main character, but he's a doctor and he's just taking care of all these monster girls that like get wounded and stuff. And it seemed really sexual, because of course it's a Monster Musume spin-off.
Monster Musume is very sexual.
But not even to like the protagonist. It was kind of funny because like, as I was watching it, I was like, is he just desensitized to like boobs and all that? Because there was like a part where he was like stitching a zombie girl
Well, I say doctors have to be desensitized.
Exactly, but that's how I was like looking at it. I was like, he just might not be interested at all, and just stuff happens around him. But it was definitely a weird thing to do.
I said it's a weird kind of spin-off. I mean, you said that, and I was like, okay, so is there a doctor they meet that?
It's like its whole other thing is based off of a spin-off light novel where it's just a doctor in a fantasy time, and
How is it a spin-off from Monster Musume? It's in the same world in a different time period?
I don't think so. I think it's just like the same author, and it's
similar art style.
Yeah, very similar art style. And
gosh!
And he's taking that.
How do you feel when authors don't stretch their neck that far? When I'm talking about you, Fairy Tale Rave Master.
I kind of want to watch. Should I watch Rave Master before Fairy Tale, or Fairy Tale before Rave Master, or should I even watch Fairy Tale?
I'd say Rave Master just because that's like an old show, and I'm curious to what was that show about? I remember it. It was one of those animes back when they used to give animes their own theme song in America.
Oh yeah.
You know, the 4Kids One Piece.
Yeah. Oh my God, the rap.
The rap.
Why did they make it a rap?
Ultimate Muscle. Kirby even had its own.
Oh yeah, Kirby had its own theme. God, why has he done anything besides Fairy Tale and Rave Master?
All of them look the same. His main characters all look the same. I think he's doing a crossover chapter now of all of his works.
Oh yeah.
And I Snapchatted the picture and sent it to Travis a long time. I'm like, hey, look, man, it's the same person in different clothes.
It's Natsu meeting Natsu.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All of his characters look like Natsu with different hair color.
I mean, it's interesting if you were to follow a manga artist, because you could follow a manga artist and they could put out one manga and then nothing else for the rest of their life, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then you look at the guy that did Excel Gear, and then he went on to go do Sword Art Online, right? It's kind of interesting because one of the manga artists I'd want to follow would be the Black Lagoon manga artist,
and see where he started. Or is he one of the examples that's his only manga?
It's one of his examples of he did 2 or 3, but Black Lagoon was his biggest, and he hasn't done anything since. And then Soul Eater with Fire Force.
Right. Well, that seems like a good spot to end this podcast.
Yeah, it does.
We went on a huge tangent. Did a pretty good time, though.
Yeah, should we list off a couple themes of what we're going to do in the future, or examples of things that people should watch from this podcast?
And I think we're good.
One thing.
Okay, what do you want to say?
I would recommend people watch Community.
Community. It seems like you're waiting this whole time just to say that.
It's 110 episodes, and it's perfect for pandemic times. Sit down, watch Community episode, have a good laugh.
And it's better than The Office.
Better than The Office.
All right.